Hey guys,
Hello,
so good
everybody.
to see you again. We're so excited. We are on a new series this week. It's
Yay.
called Amazing.
Amazing.
So we're excited about that. So we loved our superhero series. We've done it before. We like doing that because
Yep.
I like the dress up.
I
part.
love superheroes and dressing up. Me too.
So I felt really powerful with my cape on. So
Absolutely.
just saying. So, have you ever been on a road trip, maybe with your mom or whatever, and your stomach started growling, and you started having to ask, "Hey, when are we gonna stop? You know, when is it gonna be time for lunch?" But your mom looked at you and said, "It's gonna be a while," and your stomach was just so hungry. Yeah, that's happened to
Yeah.
me before too.
Yeah.
Well, today we're going to read about a man named Elijah. And Elijah lived a long time ago. And he loved God, and God took care of Elijah. And that's kind of what happened to him. He was on a road trip, and he got super duper hungry. But it was a long time before he got to eat. So Miss Stephanie's going to read out of 1 Kings chapter 17, and she's going to read verses 1 through 6. But I want you guys that can read by yourselves, or you can have a grown-up read to you, to read the rest of that chapter for me. So, but we're only going to read verse 1 through 6 today, so listen carefully.
Get your Bibles if you have them out. Get them out and follow up with me.
That's
with
in
us
the
on
Old
this.
Testament, guys.
Old Testament, okay? All right, so here we go. 1 Kings chapter 17, verses 1 through 6. And then this happened. Elijah the Tishbite from among the settlers of Gilead confronted Ahab. As surely as God lives, the God of Israel, before whom I stand in obedient service, the next years are going to see a total drought, not a drop of dew or rain unless I say otherwise. God then told Elijah, get out of here and fast. Head east and hide out at the Kerith ravine on the other side of the Jordan River. You can drink fresh water from the brook. I've ordered the ravens to feed you. Elijah obeyed God's orders. He went and camped in the Kerith Canyon on the other side of the Jordan. And sure enough, ravens brought him his meals, both breakfast and supper, and he drank from the brook. Cool.
Isn't that neat?
Very neat.
If you don't know what a raven is, it's a black bird. And if you don't know what a brook is, it's kind of like a stream of water. So Elijah's on this trip. He's walking, because that's how they got where they went back then. And there's no food or water. In fact, it's not just, he didn't have any food or water to carry with him. Everybody was in short supply of food or water. So, but God took care of him. He provided that stream of water he could get water out of. But you know what? When you're really hungry, do you think water is enough?
Not really.
No, it just kind of like, oh, this is great, but I need something good to eat. I need to chew a little something.
Absolutely.
And so God provided these ravens to bring Elijah meat. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm walking along and all of a sudden these birds start bringing me meat. I'm
running, but
Yeah.
then I realize it's meat, then maybe
Yes.
I'll stop.
But
until then.
I guess you're hungry enough. You
Yeah,
don't take meat
yeah,
from anybody.
absolutely,
But I don't
yeah.
know. It doesn't say what kind of meat it was.
No.
So it could have been worms. We don't know.
Right.
But anyway, it was enough for Elijah to sustain himself. But then he also, he comes along and he meets this widow. And I don't know if you looked on Monday, I posted a video of this same story. And the widow, she was, bless her heart, a widow is a woman whose husband has passed away. So she's by herself. She's got this son. She has very, very little flour and oil. And she is scared to death that she's going to die because she only has enough for one more meal. And now here comes Elijah going, hey, can you bring me some of that bread? And she's thinking, I only have enough for me and my son, and we're going to die. Anyway, I mean, she's freaking out, but you know what? She shares anyway, which is so super cool. Have you ever been so hungry and you sit down on the sofa with your bag of chips and you're starving and your brother and sister look over and go, hey, can I have a bite? My husband does that to me all the time, y'all. I ain't even kidding you. Every time I sit down with something to eat and I'm starving to death, and he's going to take a bite. And he don't just take little bites, he takes a big old
bite, yeah.
But this woman, even though she didn't know Elijah, she decided that she would share with him anyway. And so when she started pouring out the oil to make the bread, she never ran out. It just kept multiplying, and the
Wow.
flour also. So God blessed her because she shared.
Wow.
Now, do you think God would have blessed her had she said, you ain't getting none of this? I think he would have said,
Okay.
sorry.
All right.
But not only did God take care of Elijah, but he took care of the widow and the son. And there was food every day for
Every day.
Elijah and the widow and her son. And it was amazing. And then one day, the woman's son, if you read on in the story, the woman's son got sick. And he passed away. He died. Now here she is. Her husband has passed away. And now she's lost her son. And you can imagine she was just grief-stricken, and she could probably hardly even talk. But Elijah prayed to God, and he asked him to bring that baby back to life. And you know what? God took care of that boy, and that boy was alive again.
Whew.
See how many blessings she had just from sharing her meal with Elijah, a stranger that she didn't know. She didn't know that Elijah was anointed by God. She didn't know that he could do these miracles, but she just trusted that, you know what, I've got this little bit and I'm going to share it. And you know what, we kind of do that as a church. And this isn't part of the lesson, but I'm just going to share it with you guys. When you're a part of a church, God asks you to give 10% of what you have back to the church. And you guys know this because we talk about tithing in church all the time. Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you something. Sometimes for moms and dads, for grown-ups, it's not always easy to give that back.
Right.
Sometimes you're thinking, okay, I can give 10% to the church, but I won't be able to buy as many groceries, or I won't be able to pay my power bill, but that's called trusting God. And we trust God that when we pay that money to the church, he's going to bless us. And I'm going to tell you something. He always does.
Always.
Every single time.
Always.
And so when you do a little odd job around the house and you get allowance, I'm promising you, if you will trust God with that 10%, like say you get $1 for taking out the garbage or loading the dishwasher, and you give a dime of that back to the church, you're going to be blessed. I promise you. It may not be in money. You may not be blessed back with money, but you're going to be blessed in a totally different way.
Absolutely. And more.
Right. Just like the widow was. She had no idea when she shared that little last bit of oil that she would be blessed like she was. She would still have her son here when he should have been gone. But she trusted him with that last little bit of stuff that she had. And he blessed her immensely. And that's the way God works. Yeah. As long as we trust him with whatever we have, he just blesses us immensely. So we're going to do our big idea of the day. And our big idea of the day is, it's amazing. God takes care of me. Every day, guys, God takes care of me. And I know this. You know this. Miss Stephanie knows this well. And so we want you to remember that every day. It's amazing. God takes care of me. So, and also we need to talk about our memory verse. So our memory verse for this series, amazing, is, do not be afraid. The Lord is among you, and he is a great and awesome God.
Very good.
And you have to remember that he is a great and awesome God, because all the widow did was share a little bit of oil and a little bit of flour. That's it. That's not much. It didn't cost her a whole lot, but it ended up saving her son.
But she didn't think about herself, see, through all of that. She didn't think
Exactly.
that I need this, I. You know, she was able to remember that, you know, we're all God's children and we need to help each other when we can. So she was like, okay, that's not going to be so bad. We'll just be okay. And see what happened?
Yep. We have to trust God.
Yes.
And everything you do, you have to ask God to lead and guide you, because he's never going to take you down that wrong road, I promise. Okay, guys, we will see you next Wednesday, or whenever you decide to watch this video. We love you guys and we miss you guys.
Love you so much.
And we will see you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.